So, welcome back to another episode of Golden State Tattoo Expo. We went to Walmart out there, and for one, like right off the back, like we're getting stared at like an unbelievable amount.
And our biggest banner that has the Peaks and Valleys name across the whole like 3 booths was completely wrong.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And then I was like, oh my god. And then she passed out. And then I passed out.
That makes sense.
And there's a person in the chair.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me. It was really hard for me to open up. And it kind of already is hard for me to open up to people sometimes. But like,
have you ever had a client with bad BO? How did you tell them? And did you make it 2 sessions?
You don't.
Did you? Wow. We have good questions for today.
Yeah. Okay.
Period.
Those will come in later.
So, welcome back to another episode of Golden State Tattoo Expo.
I'm so excited to be here.
wait,
Yeah.
are we? Oh,
Yeah, we're on.
We have a new setup. We have a 4th chair, and there's a person in the chair.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me.
We do this. Yeah, no, I missed you guys. Or I missed you, Bella. We haven't fucking seen you.
I missed all
in
you
forever.
guys. I was like going into a depression.
I know. We didn't even see you like a few weeks before the convention because you were sick.
Yeah.
So it's been like a month.
crazy.
Yeah. So I got sick and then I had like a whole week of cancellations and then like the convention happened. So I didn't see you guys for like 2 weeks.
For
And
a
I was
minute.
like,
Yeah.
I
I know.
miss
And
my
then we missed you out there.
friends. Yeah.
We weren't complete.
Yeah, I didn't feel right.
I know. Everybody's like, where's Bella? Where's Bella? We're like,
What'd you guys say? I was
it's
like,
like she couldn't, she couldn't make it.
Yeah.
She's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tired,
Yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah. That's the excuse.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we just wanted to talk about like we haven't told Bella anything about what happened. Nothing like crazy fucking happened, but just like the little stories from the weekend.
I know, they were
shit.
texting me and they were like, we have to wait to tell you. And I was
Yeah.
like, what's the cheese made?
Gotta wait for the pod. Nothing even crazy.
No, nothing wild.
But me and her drove out there. Bella and Crystal and Jack flew, and then I don't know. We just had to bring hella shit with us too, just for the podcasting, for video stuff, like all of our just decorations for the convention. It was hella cool. Like our table, we had like 5 booths, and like there wasn't actually a lot of big people out there this time. Like it was like us and like Skin Design had the most booths. Like I don't know.
When I seen the setup, I was like, damn, that shit looks bougie as
It was crazy.
fuck.
But now next year we want like our own pussy hat booth and like just all pink, have all the girls in there.
That would be so cute.
Even seeing our faces on like the banner though, I was like, damn.
I know. Only thing is like people didn't really know it was a podcast. I feel like they I don't know. It just
we just had no like. There's not enough information at our banner or booth, but
But they were fucking with the shirts. Hella people bought shirts, and normally at the conventions, like people buy like one. Like all the times we've been, they would buy like one Peak shirt, and then this time like there was like 10 or 12 that we sold. I don't know. It was really good though.
Yeah, we were tripping. I was like,
and the
like,
design is so like in style right now too.
I know,
so it's
exactly.
Like, I would have bought it too.
Yeah, yeah.
But dude, like even just from the beginning, setting up the booth. Well, right when we got to the Airbnb, right when Charlie and I got there first, the banners were already delivered, so they're sitting on the porch. And we started opening them up, and our biggest banner that has the Peaks and Valleys name across the whole like 3 booths was completely wrong, and it was like super pixelated and the wrong size.
It's huge.
It was way too big. It was like 10 feet long or tall, and it was supposed to be 5. So it was just all distorted and like fucked, and we were like, "Oh my god,
like, Shine's gonna be so
Shine's
mad,
gonna freak out." So yeah, we had to like. Once the guys got there, we like showed them, and we're like, "Fuck, like, what are we gonna do?" And then thankfully, I have a client that works at the printing place, and I hit her up, and she was able to like help rush a new banner for us.
Oh, that's good.
And
So they picked it up the next day, or they dropped it off to us.
Delivered it,
Yeah. So shout out to them. Like I forgot her name, but Yvonne, like shout out to you because you saved us this weekend. Yeah. But then what else happened?
Ooh.
We went to Walmart. So
get into it.
We went to go. Just me and Jessa went to go grocery shopping for everybody because we're like, fuck, we want peace from all the guys too.
Yeah, like let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. And we went to Walmart out there, and for one, like right off the back, like we're getting stared at like an unbelievable amount. Like
we had our tattoos out, so like we look, like people stare at the tats.
Yeah. And so it just felt awkward. We're feeling weird, and then we started noticing this guy keeps bumping into us, like, and he's like brushing past us, like this young kid.
Yeah, like I was coming around a corner and I was pushing the cart, and he kind of like came around the corner, the opposite corner too, and came like head onto the cart. And I thought, oh, maybe I like messed up, and I was like, oh, my bad, like excuse me, and we like ignored it.
Yeah, and then he did it to me too. Like I saw him, I was walking, and then I saw him come from this way around the aisle and come and literally brushing like his whole body against mine, and it was like. And then Jessa like started going like, what the fuck? Like
after the second time I was like, she's like, I'm about to say something. I like got heated a little bit. I was like, I'm about to say something because it's not an accident now.
And then we turned the corner. She's standing over here. I'm with the cart over here. And he had just did it right before we had turned that corner. And I saw him come around. He bumps shoulders with me again. Then I see him heading towards Jessa, and she's like by this couple in between. And I'm going, Jessa, like.
Because I had my back to them. And I was like trying to like get some like pens or something. And she goes, Jessa.
And she turns around and she goes, back the fuck up. Like, dude,
what?
She's like, get the fuck away. And like, dude just starts yelling at him. And then we're like,
my ratchet came out. I was like, back the fuck up.
Yeah. But like, she yelled that shit. And the couple was like they didn't even know what the fuck was going on. And then we're just like, creep, fucking weirdo. Like, yeah, just like yelling at him, like, you fucking weirdo. And we're like shaking, dude.
I got heated. And I was like, dude.
Was he trying to like touch your ass?
So
he was trying to test the water.
He was trying to test the water. So he looked homeless, but like, dude, he looked like a zombie. Like, he looked dead to me. He was young, but like so unpredictable, like those type of guys. So I was like really nervous. I felt weird. And even after that, I was like, he's gonna fucking stab us. Like, I'm like nervous. But then, so I go and I find this guy stocking shelves, and I'm like, hey, like, you know, there's this guy, like, you know, trying to come around and touch us, and like, blah blah. And he's just staring at me.
Can you tell security and like get him out of here?
And he's just staring at me, hella weird. And I'm like, can you get security? Yeah. And then he goes, no, and he doesn't speak English. And I was like, fuck, dude. And I was like literally about to cry. I'm like, dude.
We were like, dude, what's going on?
And then so I was like, I'm sorry. And then we just started dying laughing. But then I found a female worker, and she was like, I told her, I was like, look, there's this guy like walking around, like bumping into us. It was really weird, felt uncomfortable. And she goes, actually, we already got a complaint. He touched this girl's butt and was like grabbing her. And so like they're like trying to find him in the store and stuff. And so I gave like a description. And then we didn't even finish shopping because we were like kind of just like, let's get the fuck out of here. He's a weirdo. And we get to the car and we're loading shit in, and we see him getting kicked out of the store, and we're like loading shit up like hella quick. Like, let's get the fuck out of here. And then we get the shit in, and I start recording him in the car because there was girls while he was like,
she's
walking
like,
up to
dude,
girls.
In the moment, it was so intense.
It was so funny
because we were like, lock the doors.
Like, he's gonna
and
come up
then
and
we
kill us.
started like pulling out, and we see him walking, and then there's like girl by her car like with the door open. So Charlie's like, you gotta tell her. We gotta tell her. Like, he's coming. He's coming.
Because she had her kids and shit, and I'm like, I don't want something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then he was trying to bum cigarettes and shit, and then I just like stare him down, and me and him just lock eyes while we're driving, and we're like,
dude, she was recording. She like put the camera down,
like he was gonna. I was in the car, but like you're just adrenaline. Our adrenaline was like,
dude,
and.
Just, I cannot believe you fucking
yelled at Chihuahua. Like she said, back the fuck up. Yeah. Dude, she did. I was like, oh.
No, but I was ready. I was like, I had my fist ready too. I was like, I'll fucking do it.
The couple was like staring at us like,
they probably, but we were like, they probably thought we were just like some fucking ghetto bitches because we looked ghetto in Walmart.
I mean, my hair was just in a bun. I looked tore up, like tattoos out.
Like we just drove all day. Yeah, I just yelled at this random man.
And it just looked like he just walked up right there to them. But to us, it was like he passed us all the time.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
I don't think they knew. They were just staring around like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. But that's how we know it was like bad, because I could never see you doing some shit like that. Like, I feel like it would have to be super intense for you to yell at somebody.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it was the third time he like brushed it up.
And he did it, like just before that. And I don't know. I just like shut down in those situations. But like obviously if he would done like grabbed Jess or done anything, like I would have fucking choked him out from the back. But
and usually like I'm the freeze type of person, but I don't know why. I was like, I almost hesitated at first. I like made eye contact. I turned around, I looked at him, I was like, back the fuck up.
But like it was like,
but just like
Charlie was like,
and then you know her face when she's mad. She's like back the fuck up. But like she yelled that shit. It was loud.
Shit. Anyways, I said, Arr, Arr.
Yeah.
But
I said, leave her alone. But then we just went back and told the guys, and they're like, oh, cool. Like,
don't go. They didn't even like. I was expecting them to drive back there and beat his ass.
Yeah. That's what any sane man would do, but weird.
I don't understand how scary situations like that for females. Like, we have to watch everything where we go by ourselves. We're like, and we have to be hyper aware.
No, it's like why you always have the guys walk you out to your car and shit. Sometimes
even it's just like right there. I'm like, can you walk me?
Yeah, it's dark outside.
The one time I go outside, there was a homeless guy looking in people's cars. And I was like hurrying into my car. No, and I called Jack. I'm like, there's some weirdo out here.
Dude, at night, even in general in the morning when I'm coming in the shop, I'm always like head on a swivel, like looking at the side of my like my peripherals and shit, because you just don't know. People will just rush in on you, and it's like you constantly have to think about it. And I know men have to think about these things too. They don't want to get robbed or whatever. We don't want to get fucking sexually assaulted, but
I have this fear, like every time I'm pumping gas, that someone's gonna come up behind me and stab me.
Oh my god!
I like it's just like irrational.
That's so valid.
But I'm just like,
pumping gas at night.
Dude, when I had like bad anxiety at our old apartment, when we lived downtown, I had like severe anxiety. I thought every person that was walking on the street was like out to get me. Like they're gonna do something to me. And I was like always on edge. That's why my dog like would freak out. Like Felix would freak the fuck out because
they feel your energy.
Feel my energy. Yeah. And I was just like
freaking out at night too. So tense. Like, even last night when I was closing up the shop, I seen my reflection in the window and I literally like screamed. I was like, whoa. I was like, dude, it was just me. Like, oh my god. But I was just, that just shows you how on edge I was, because even when I turn off the lights, every single little noise, I'm like, oh my god.
No, it's creepy. It's creepy when you're by yourself. I think that happened to me, but there was somebody looking in the break room thing. Yeah, I walked back there and that one window in the break room and I was like, oh god.
And then you came back out and you were like, somebody's looking through the window.
It scared the fuck out of me. Like, you just don't expect it. And you look up and there's like a zombie. And you're like, oh, he's on. Like doing shit. But
the homeless be different too. Now.
That's what scares me, because that dude, like, I knew he was homeless, and so like he's so unpredictable. It's like my biggest fear. Just getting stabbed over some stupid shit.
I was like literally talking about this the other day. Like, we have a whole like epidemic going on and like nobody's talking about it. But it's fucking crazy out there. Like, people are literally zombies, and it's just like nobody's even like
like there's homeless everywhere. It's insane.
And they're just different now. Like literally walking zombies. Like, and they're so young too. That
that's what was crazy.
That's sad.
And that's what scares me even more, because you know, like those young 20-year-olds, they're like so like high energy and stuff, but it's like, who knows what they're gonna do, you know? And they're so broke that they'll do anything to get high.
No, that's why they're so unpredictable. It's scary. But then so like next time we went to the store, we brought like Jack with us, and we didn't have a single problem. Like, nobody overly staring, nobody like.
We also went to Target.
We didn't go to Target. It wasn't Walmart.
The first mistake was going to Walmart.
Going to Super Walmart in LA. Dude, this trip too, like, I used to be like, oh, I would move to LA. Fuck no. Like, there's people everywhere. There's never like a moment when you're alone in a store or anything, or like just traffic was insane, because we were an hour away from our Airbnb, which was a huge mistake, but we booked our shit last minute. So but yeah, like if there was traffic, it was like almost 2 hours to get anywhere. It was so bad. And I never really experienced LA traffic all the other times I went out, but that shit was bad.
I've only sat in LA traffic like one time really bad, when I got into like East LA at like 5 o'clock, and I sat there for like 2 hours.
Rush hour.
And I was like,
you just want to freak out. But then, okay, so what did we do after that? Then we just all swam. We had the pool and everything.
The pool looked dope.
Yeah, it was cool. It was all heated, so like it was cool.
It was deadly though. The walls.
Oh, dude, she's really? There was like a ledge from the fucking jacuzzi into the pool, and she tried to just slide down, and she fucked herself.
Casually nonchalant. I got a little boo boo.
She got a boo boo.
It's a little scar.
Yeah, her battle wound.
Little like cuts like that be hurting the worst though.
And in the water, you're like, you're just like crying in the pool, like,
kiss it, Charlie.
Yeah, she's like, I'm having a good time.
It was fun though.
But yeah, we just drank, and then I did something embarrassing.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Okay, at the so there's like a pre-party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So pre-party for the tattoo convention. So like artists were invited to like go to this pub.
Yeah.
And
I didn't eat or drink anything before.
Whatever.
That's my excuse.
Yeah, excuse. But and so I don't know, we get there and then we're like, okay, this will be cool, like chill, have one
We
drink.
got free drinks with these tickets.
Yeah, so like got
We ended up getting our hands
said,
on,
by the way,
I have all the excuses right now.
Yeah, so Charlie had extra tickets. But yeah, I think Crystal and I got a little drink, and then Charlie got one, and then I didn't finish mine, and Charlie finished it.
And then I finished like several other ones.
And then she's like, I'll buy you a drink to like all our friends at the convention.
Yeah.
She's like, drinks on me.
Yeah, and I got completely blacked out, like white girl wasted.
Yeah.
What?
Blacked out completely.
She was on
I haven't. It's been like 2 years, and it
I
was
was about to say I've never seen you blacked
Dude,
out.
like I'll get drunk, but I always can get myself.
It's
I always can
rare.
like do that. But it's always happens when I don't eat, and so I fucking should have. We got there, everybody else ate, and I was like, no, I want to look skinny, and I got blacked out.
She said,
And
"Fuck
dude,
the
I was
blow."
like, I mean, I don't even really remember anything. We talked to we met Deanna.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talked to
really?
her, and
No,
I
yeah.
don't even really remember the conversation, but I know I was an idiot. Like,
oh my god,
Just
I bet
talking
you it
too
wasn't
much.
bad.
just talking to her.
It
I know.
wasn't, but I was just like, Charlie,
Yeah,
let's
like-
go now.
But like, I don't even, I had shark eyes where they're just black and they're like
Yeah,
looking everywhere.
that's a real friend though, because you could have let her embarrass herself.
Yeah.
No, I was like,
But
you're not
then-
gonna embarrass me.
Yeah, I embarrassed. Oh no, then we went to the front, and all I remember is vaguely dancing in front of the building, like doing weird shit, like
when we were about to head out.
Oh my god.
and they're all egging it on too. Like it's not just me, okay?
Because nobody else was on her level.
Yeah.
So we were just like, yeah, Charlie, go.
Yeah. And I remember feeling like I was chilling, but then I think the long car ride back too, like I got. Did I start getting sick in it? I don't
Dude,
remember.
She was forgetting the conversation in the middle of the conversation. Like she was like, we were talking, and then she'd be like, so yeah, and then like repeat something that she just said. And then
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
don't remember the car ride
and
at all.
then she's like, I gotta throw up. I gotta throw up. And then she was being such a bitch.
Really?
Because I was helping her. I was like, okay, let's go to the bathroom. And then she's like, she starts like dry heaving. And she's like so dramatic, dude. She's fucking.
I don't like throwing
She's
up.
like, she's over the toilet. She's like swaying back and forth, and she's like,
See, I'm different because I'm like,
No.
yeah.
To make yourself.
And then I'm like, I'm trying to take out. She's like, take out my extensions. You're like, you're trying to tell man.
yeah.
And so I'm like taking her hair out, and then she's like, I gotta throw up. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm like holding her hair. And
Because that's all the words I could get out. I couldn't form a sentence.
I know, but I'm literally, so I have her hair in my hand, and she's just over the toilet. She's like, take my hair out. I was like, I can't, bitch.
like I'm holding
Sorry.
you up.
Yeah. I'm
You
like,
said
I'm trying
you
to
said you
help.
came back in the bathroom and I was like, oh, all my fingers down my throat.
Yeah, she's like, I need water. So I was like, all right, like shit. So I went to get her water. I got her a Hot Pocket too. And then
Did I
came-
eat it?
No, but you're like, you took the water and you're like, I can't eat it. Like, even though you were like telling me to get you food and water.
That was me trying to take care of myself. Blacked out.
Yeah, she tried, but
I tried.
Probably would have
Shit.
came back.
yeah. No, but when I came back in, she's got all her fucking fingers in her mouth. She's like, I was like, dude. She's like, get out.
Poor Justice. She's like the fucking mom of the
I
group.
said, don't look at me.
It's her turn to get blacked out.
I know.
Look, yes,
No,
'cause it
I'm
was
taking
me.
care of you sometimes too.
You know what? And I was like, I will do this because I owe her.
Yeah.
like usually it's reversed, but I haven't done that in a while. So
I
Yeah.
just remembered throwing up over and over and over again that one time, and just being like, "It's okay."
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I forgot about
But
that
I'm
too.
like, ugh.
Poor girlie.
Man,
It's
good
rough being on
times.
that
But
end.
It's
then,
rough.
dude, I didn't want to drink the rest of the weekend. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
I think I had one shot the rest of the weekend. I
You
felt
scared
sick to
yourself,
my
huh?
stomach.
Yeah.
Like the whole next day, we had to come in early and set up and shit.
Mhm.
And I woke up like, what's up? And I think I was still drunk because I woke up and I
came out
felt
like-
I was like, when I came out. Like, I don't remember. I just was like,
Oh.
fuck it.
And you like were messing with Tommy.
Oh my God, fucking Jack's
client.
client Tommy that came. I guess I was dancing, or like, okay, so he,
Outside when we were leaving, and
Yeah.
she was dancing all drunk.
like
When you called him out.
the next day at the Airbnb, he's like, you were like, yeah, you were being mean. He's like, yeah, you called me a pussy, and I was like, what? Why did I call you pussy? And he's like, because I wouldn't do the robot with you. And I was like, God damn it.
He said, "Fucking pussy."
Yeah, I said fucking pussy. Yeah, I don't know. I turned into like such a frat boy Chad when I drank. I'm just like, yeah, bitches and pussy. Like,
Fucking send
Yeah.
it.
dude, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's embarrassing.
Oh, funny.
You had fun though.
I had fun, but I felt shame the entire weekend. It's like, who saw me? There was a lot of artists there.
Everybody saw you.
They all saw me.
It was dark. Maybe not. It's fine.
But then, I didn't drink the rest of the weekend. Like, that we set up the next day. And, like, while we're setting up, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling hungover now. And I was drinking water, but I felt sick. Like, just done for. And, I don't know. It scarred me. And now I'm like, I feel like I'm feeling my age now. Like, oh, I'm not fucking 18, blacking out, can just do whatever and just like get back to it. So yeah, I definitely felt it more. But
yeah, the hangovers be real now. They be lasting like a day or two.
Dude, I literally think it took like 3 days. Yeah. And now I'm still like, I'm pretty tired. Like, I just want to sleep.
You couldn't eat that day either.
Yeah, I like barely ate. I felt weird. I felt sick. But yeah.
So what else?
It was fun though.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Shine and I won our first award.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, we're all in the crowd, and just before that, like, we were talking about the award thing, and I was like, man, we're not going to win. Like, whatever. Who cares if we go up there?
She was being a fucking negative Nancy.
Okay, you knew. You were literally like,
no, like, I mean,
expecting it.
Yeah, I don't have expectations going in, but I'm not going to say we're not winning because I'm not going to.
It's just so hard to win there. That's why it was just like, oh, shit.
I just like after last year, everybody was like, what?
Everyone was so disappointed last year. Like, the crowd was silent for the people that won. It was like, everyone thought that. At least our group, whatever, thought that.
Yeah, we all were like,
It was silent. Yeah, it was hella weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I just remember standing there and then we hear Jesse Denning, the client's name, getting yelled. And Jesse turns around to us like.
With like no expression.
It took like a minute.
And it was like a pause.
Process.
Yeah, it was like a pause. And then I just was like screamed at the top of my lungs.
That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like screamed and we were all just like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Shine's like, come on. Like, because I was nervous that she wasn't going to go on stage. I'm like, you better get the fuck up there. And he grabbed her and they went up there. And
I like didn't look at the crowd. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, get me off of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah. And then I was just kind of like in shock it was like surreal. I was like in shock that whole night. And then
gave everybody a surge of like energy.
Yeah, because it was at the end of the 12-hour day. Yeah. And we were just like, oh my God. Just dead. And then so then we got all hyped after that. And then the next morning we got up early and Shine had a podcast to record with Corey Miller, and Charlie and I went and we were just like, oh my God, fucking fangirling so hard.
Like, it was so bad. Oh, and we met Freddie Negretti.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's just
we were in the front room. We all get there, we're like shake hands, and I'm literally blinking back tears, like watching them all talk, and I'm like, like just trying to act cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they were just hella friendly. Freddie, even on the way out, was like, good luck on your apprenticeship and blah blah blah. And they left, and then we went to the back, and Corey's cool as fuck, so humble. Not what you think. You think he's gonna be like old school, like old head, like he's kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my client last night. When I met him last night, I was like, dude, he's like so humble, like
so humble, like such an artist.
Even to walk up and be like, oh, your piece looks dope. I was like, what the fuck, like
you're telling me this?
It's such an artist. Yeah,
like
surreal.
Like where he just like. He, his own work, he's just like, I'm not worthy. I'm not like, every piece he critiques himself, the same way everybody here does, like, and gets on themselves. Like he's hard on himself too. Like, so he's just super humble. And he's also like, who gives a fuck about anything? Like all those old school artists, that think things need to be a certain way. He's like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I didn't have an apprenticeship. I didn't do this. Do whatever. And it kind of did open our eyes too to more shit. Like, we were saying shit that's like, get our own head out of our ass.
Yeah, it's like I have my opinions, but like, I'm never judging someone for like the route that they take. Everybody's path in the industry is different, but it's not my
but it's not my. He just was like, and he can talk, so it's like it was cool, like just fun listening to all his stories and shit, like old school, like I don't know, just cool to hear all that stuff.
Was everybody like at the Airbnb like, oh shit, when you guys got back and everything?
Yeah, did we even tell? I don't even remember. Honestly,
I don't know. That day was like.
We went back to the convention.
Yeah, we went back to the convention, and then we were just started breaking down because it was the last day, so we just had to like start cleaning up and shit.
And but like while we're in there, Shine and him had just walked away, and I literally start bawling.
Yeah,
like
full
on
on
crying,
and we were just
looked at each other. I'm like, why? How are we even here right now? Like freaking out.
Because it's like, surreal. Meeting a childhood hero basically, and I'm just like, oh my God, like why am I even here? Like, how? why.
Yeah.
Just
We
so
both
crazy.
like grew up watching LA Inc. So like it was so crazy. Like the memories I have, a lot of memories with my mom are just like us watching LA Inc. and talking about it, whatever. And then her same thing with her parents, like watching LA Inc. You even went to the shop and like, I don't know. It was just so crazy. So I'm like literally bawling. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom right now because they didn't see me, but like I was in there like, going like, stop.
They didn't know we were fucking like freaking out like that. We were just like, oh my God.
Just, and then the fact that he was cool. It wasn't like a weird experience. He wasn't like mean or whatever. Like, so I was just like in the bathroom, like fucking stop.
Because that'd be the worst. Yeah. When you look up to and then you're like, hey.
Yeah. Speaking of which. Crystal had an experience. Please tell us.
Yeah. So my whole thing during the whole convention was I want to just talk to artists, put myself out there. Because like, otherwise, like I'm usually in my shell, like, hey, I tattoo, you know? Yeah. So I went with Jeremy because he was doing that like the whole weekend.
Meeting artists. And
so I'm like, okay, go with me. Because he was like, oh, did you know so-and-so's over there? Yeah. Like, okay, go with me because I'm not going to do that alone. So we both go, you know, introduce ourselves. And it was very underwhelming.
Really?
Yeah. She was just like.
From my point of view, like, so she was a couple booths down from us, and I watched you guys walk over, and I was looking at her, and she's like on her phone, and she's looking at them, and just like weird face, like looking at them, going like.
Couldn't even be bothered to like look away from her phone.
And then I tell Jess, I'm like, look how she's fucking looking at them. And then she looks and we're like, what the fuck? And then I turn around and Jessica goes, oh my God. Like when they went to walk away, she rolled her eyes. Like her friend said something and then she rolled her eyes.
Yeah.
And it was pissed us off.
Yeah. It was such a quick interaction because like
I felt the vibes. I was like, okay, they're not having it. So I'm just going to cut it short. All right, bye. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, that kind of sucked.
And then we're like, bitch, you're not shit.
Yeah.
But then we just start going in. Like, you know, especially Crystal and Jeremy, like you guys are the
sweetest fucking people.
Sweetest people in the shop. And it just pissed us off so bad. We're like, you fucking bitch. Like, your work's not even good. No, even though she's hella good.
And I feel like I've been like thinking about this a lot because like just what like that other girl was DMing me about how other women in the industry have been like super weird towards her and like mean and you know like not super inviting. Like that shit is so weird to me. Like I know there's a lot of us, but at the same time there isn't. Like this is like a male dominant industry, and for somebody like a woman to be like intimidated or jealous, like that's how I see it. Like in a way they're intimidated and jealous. It's like, dude, this is not like,
and it's like it's basic customer service too. Like your reputation is everything. So like you're gonna have these interactions, they're gonna go back and they're gonna be like, oh, she's a bitch. Everyone's gonna have that reputation of her now too. So like that's everything. So every person that approached the booth, like we're hella friendly, all of us hella friendly, trying to talk to them, blah blah blah, because that's your reputation. They're gonna go back and they're gonna have that opinion of you forever. And,
I don't care like if it's at the end of the night and we're all dead tired and we want to leave.
We're
like,
still friendly.
Yeah, I'm still, dude. My face was hurting from all the smiling, just like trying to like keep it together. Like talk to people, give them their time. Like
you guys weren't like.
And then we like walked back by the booth and I was like, I'm gonna mean back here. And so we walk by and I'm like. And I roll my eyes, but I'm like, I don't think she even saw. But I was like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, bitch.
Love you guys.
But like, that was even one of the questions that we got was like how to deal with mean girls in the shop. Yeah. And like, how do you like? But I think you brought up a good point. Like, a lot of it is like intimidation.
Yeah. Because I feel like, of course, not now, but like the shop I was at before, it's like you definitely feel like intimidation and like jealousy from other artists, and it's like. You know, I think it's healthy as a human to feel those emotions, but it's also like we have to learn how to like express that in a healthy way and like learn off of each other and like treat people fairly, you know what I mean? Because it's like I think we all feel that to like some extent, but it's like when you start being mean to like other girls and like doing that stuff,
and
like,
even just like
catty in high school,
even if it wasn't jealous, even if it was just like weird, it was like be nice to people. What the fuck?
Because like if anything. You could learn off of everybody. Like I know even with me and Crystal, like I learn off of Crystal all the time. So it's like I would never feel some type of like weird like animosity, you know.
Well, having other so friendly.
Yeah, and having other females in the shop, like if anything, this should be a learning experience for everybody. Like and if you're being like catty and jealous and shit, like you're ruining your own experience.
Yeah, like 100%. You're holding yourself back.
Yeah, you're holding yourself back because it's like you can learn from everybody.
Yeah.
So
and also it's like people are showing love and like your fans or whatever. It's like they're the people that got you where you are today too, even if they're not like, you know, wasn't a client or whatever, but it's like showing support, showing love, following you on Instagram. Why are you going to treat them hella weird? I don't get it. Like, I don't know. It was just such a weird thing. But then the rest of the day we were just like, fuck that bitch.
Yeah. It's just so disappointing when you meet someone that you look up to and they're just such a letdown.
Yeah. Because when I've heard like people being like, oh, like she was talking shit about you, stuff like that, like other female artists, I'm just like, the community is so small that it's like hurtful that another artist would like go out of their way and make the time to be like, oh, this is and that, like she's not shit, you know, because it's like
they don't even know you.
And then especially like we're women in like the small industry, like again, it's so big but it's so small, you know. It's like we're trying to make a name for ourselves, so it's like there's room for everybody. Like we could all do the same style and work in the same shop, but like we all have clients, we all make money, like you know what I mean? So
it was weird, and I don't know. It just kind of like, for you, it's like, that's why you don't meet your heroes, and that's why like we had such a good experience with Corey, because it was like, oh, we met a hero and he was cool as fuck. Like he's like a tattoo goddess.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
And I know for real. And then last night we actually got to go see Corey. He just so happened to be in SAC playing with his band, literally a block away from us. So we all walked over there, not all of us, but like me, Shine, Jessa, and Veer. And then all the people from Iron Monkey came, all the artists over there, and Angelo came too. And yes, we all just watched him play, and I drank water the whole time. we drank, I don't know who the fuck we thought we were. We're like, let's get a double shot of Patron.
I just wanted to loosen up because I was so like nervous and stiff. So I was like, fuck it, let's get a shot. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just get a double shot. Let's fucking, you know, kill two birds with one stone.
Mixed or anything.
Yeah. And then the bartender was hella heavy-handed, and he poured us like basically like half a glass of fucking tequila. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, okay. And then he gave us like some limes, and then we go to take it, and he's like, wait, actually, I'm gonna shoot it with you. So he fucking poured himself a shot.
And then they're like, don't drink it all or whatever, just sip it. And and then I'm like, well, now I'm competitive. I have to drink it all. But he's like, no. He said, sweetie, don't do that. And I was like, you know what? After this fucking last weekend, I should listen. So I just literally drank a little and felt sick to my stomach. I couldn't.
It was pretty rough.
It.
But I drank most of it, and then I got a little drunk.
Are so nervous around Corey because, like, I don't know how to conversate with him, dude. Like, I
didn't know how to conversate with him either, because like how you guys were saying, I mean, I was a little girl watching him on TV,
dude.
Like, especially like I'd be like, it's like same thing as like meeting Kat Von D or something. Same level, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even be able to speak a sentence to her. But when he came over to me,
so
I was
hard
just
to make
like,
conversation.
Yeah, I was tripping.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say. I was
like,
just
starstruck.
Yeah. He had like walked away. I don't know. Like, we were all just talking. We were talking with some of the other artists. I was chopping it up, blah, blah. He comes and sits down directly next to me, and I'm like, immediately just like, like just don't know what the fuck to say. Like, so funny. It is so crazy. And then, you know, it's probably awkward for him too, because it's like, just
he's like,
be
what
normal.
is this bitch looking at?
Yeah, like, just be fucking normal. And I'm like, Corey.
Yeah.
Number one fan.
Hyperventilating.
Yeah, just like freaking the fuck out. But so that was such a crazy experience. I don't know. Just it made it like career wise is like the best weekend of my life. Like so crazy, so cool. There wasn't, like I said, there wasn't a lot of like crazy artists there. Like Kendama was there though.
I mean, not to downplay the other artists that were there, but like, you know, ones that we follow on Instagram and that we're always like looking at and sharing their work, you know. Like, we didn't see a whole lot of that.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, I know, like I seen Kendama was there. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
Jeremy met him and got like
signed prints.
Yeah,
Jeremy
I was like,
everyone.
I know. I was like, good on you.
Yeah, I was damn near like fucking like hella jealous of that. I was like, dude, I wish I would have met him. And then like Scriptinator was there. I know he was there last year, but like I've always been a fan of his work. And then just like everybody from Robert Foe's shop. I guess.
Yeah. Fucking Jeremy was having a culture shock. Like he was like,
he's so cute,
dude. He was just like this because if you guys don't know, Jeremy, our newest artist, he hasn't even had his first day here yet. He's just guest spotted, but he just moved here from Alaska, so he like was having just a culture shock. Like, oh my god, meeting all these people. You could tell he was kind of overwhelmed too, but he was having such a good time. It was cool. But and his piece, he had a client come that did the owl on the hip. Beautiful. That shit was insane.
It's hella
insane.
Pretty.
He doesn't even. I don't know if he realizes how good of an artist he is.
He doesn't. He's too humble.
Insane. Yeah. But Yeah, so I don't know.
I like how he has his own style too.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it's
he does like the
needle
marks. I like
but
it.
it's like, yeah, like the whip shading and everything. I'm like, it's just so clean.
Yeah. And then, I don't know.
Yeah, we just left the convention feeling super inspired and shit and like motivated to come back and work harder.
Yeah. And then I know you guys were saying like with the podcast, like it felt weird having like a bunch of people come up to you guys. And like,
it was so crazy. Not weird, but like just like it was like surreal. Like,
yeah.
You
like,
guys
you guys
know?
Like people actually.
Yeah.
Like you guys know us, me, a loser, like, and then even like people's, I don't know, just like people that you wouldn't expect they're fans of us, and I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck?
That one girl that came to the booth, she was so adorable.
A little girl, yeah. She had us all like do our signatures on paper and stuff, took pictures and stuff, and like there's a lot of apprentices coming up too, like, oh my god, blah blah blah, like
everybody was so sweet. It was
taking pictures, a lot of girls, like all the girls knew
all
us.
the girlies.
Yeah, so that was really cool. But
that's
I know.
I say, like it's crazy what a year can do, because I remember last year, like when I went to the convention, I just felt like I was like a nobody, and I'm still a nobody, but it's like,
but you just knew,
and it's crazy that like people know who I am, and like they know my work. And
right
shit
when
like that,
Crystal
like,
walked in the convention, some's like, Crystal.
I know, he was like, I have your sticker from like 2 years ago when I was at Golden State.
So crazy.
And I'm
so
like,
dope.
Oh my gosh. So I ended up taking he wanted a picture with me, and then I bought one of his prints. So he was so sweet, super nice.
And you like remembered your name. That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm like me?
No, like me? What the fuck? Yeah.
Because I was telling them, like, I felt like such a baby, and now it's like I'm making a name for myself. Like, it feels good. And I'm like, damn, I'm like on the right track.
Yeah. No, hella people stopping at the booth looking at your work and shit too. Like, oh my God. Yeah. I wish you were there. I wish you were there. I know. We had our whole girls booth. Fun. Yeah. It was so cute. But yeah, we want to have it all like just done
super
up pink and stuff.
out.
Yeah.
Like pink tablecloth. And
yeah. Like whole pussy tat thing. Yeah. We're all dolls. But yeah, it was a good time. And then on our way home, we got a lift.
Oh, dude. So we packed up the convention, all our booth shit, and then got an Uber back to the Airbnb.
Look, and that's like a long ass Uber ride.
Yeah, Uber.
What happened?
Well, first of all, he's just driving insane, swerving, stopping hard.
And we're just like,
more crazy than Jack.
And then we smell something. And like, I'm like, okay, it's in my head. I feel Jessa grab my leg, like
you feel that too.
Just grab my leg, and I look at her, and I look in the mirror, and he's like looking at us, and I'm like, just staring out the window. But we definitely smell this guy just shit his pants.
Oh
no,
dude.
Oh my God! Why was I thinking like he lit a blunt or something?
No, like
hot shit. Like he was drunk or something.
Hard. It was throw up.
I probably would have threw up.
You would have for sure.
You rolled down
even
the window?
Even talking about this makes me want to throw up. But then we get close. But we get closer. It happens again. And we're just like dying, and he's driving insane. That dude definitely pulled over.
I got shit. I think about men is that they physically can't hold it in.
They can't. I will hold it till I die.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah,
I gotta go shit.
Yeah,
dude. I will hold my shit till I die.
And their shits be crazy. Like, have you ever cleaned a men's restroom? Like, oh my God. When I used to clean the men's restroom at the Mexican restaurant I worked at, shit damn near on the walls. I'm like,
it's like no decorum.
Where do you even go? Like, they don't have no aim.
Yeah,
like,
everywhere
you don't
except
sit
the
on the
toilet.
Yeah, there literally be shit like up the walls. Like, what?
Like, you don't give a fuck about your life.
There's like pants down, like
yeah. Y'all had some serious food poisoning. Yeah,
explosive diarrhea.
No, dude, that guy definitely dropped us off, pulled over behind a dumpster and shit. He definitely had to have. I know he had to shit. He was driving insane, like. And we were just like,
his stomach was not holding it.
Like, freaking out.
And I was like feeling car sick because I get hella car sick too. So
we pulled up and we're hella car sick.
We get out and we're just gagging.
It smelled like we're gagging at the front door. It smelled like someone sprayed that fart spray. Like we were just like,
it was so bad.
You guys were like hot box, dude, in the fucking
box in a bad way.
Like I would have rolled a fucking window. Like I'm gonna throw up, dude. I'm sorry.
Could you guys roll a window down?
I can't.
I don't know. We didn't.
I didn't try.
I don't think we
should have just jumped out.
Dude, I was literally like
too embarrassing.
Yeah. And then I was like, I held my breath, and then I put my hand to my nose so I could just smell like the soap on my hand, and I was just like.
Oh no.
It was so bad.
Dang.
It was so bad. I'd have been like, the fuck is going on here?
He's like a sunroof. Yeah. No, the funniest thing was just feeling her hand grip my thigh like we're gonna die.
Said, what is that?
It was so bad. It was so fucking funny.
I just think of the sound that's like boom, and it's like,
and then,
it was so.
Then
funny.
he did it again, and it wasn't.
You said he looked in the rearview mirror like he was waiting for your
directly
reaction?
at him. He was probably trying to see if we smelled
like,
what is that?
He's
What
all
if
laughing.
that's like a fetish?
Oh my god!
Like he's a Uber driver just to
we were calling him the pooper Uber
driver.
It was just you two in the car?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We got back and we were just dying laughing, telling them the story. Oh
gosh.
fuck, I'm crying, dude. That was funny.
Dude, and that's a long ass Uber ride.
Yeah.
Hour of-
And that was
yeah.
about like halfway
Actually-
through.
Actually, with the way he was driving, he got back. He was back in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna get y'all.
He's like, I got shit. Yeah. That was so funny.
What if he asked you
it
guys,
was like a
"Can I use
45
your
minute
toilet?"
ride?
I know.
Oh my god!
Like,
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God,
you need to
so
leave.
embarrassing. Yeah.
Oh man, it was so fucking funny though.
rough.
Oh. But let's get into some questions for Crystal.
Okay.
Because that's a way to end it.
Yeah.
I don't think I got anything else.
After that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, I thought you had like a list of questions.
no.
Oh, on the thing. No. Okay, I did the questions on Instagram, and somebody wanted to know about your baby.
my baby.
Not in a bad way. Just like what it's like being a mom and an artist now, how things have changed, and how you balance both.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like 3 questions.
I'm
but
barely holding it in like this.
I'm struggling every day.
It was quite a transition,
Yeah.
especially because when I first started here, I was a brand new mom too. So I was I think he was about 3 months when I started here, 3-4 months.
It was
so
like big
that
change. A lot of change for
Yeah.
you.
Commuting over here, working long hours, big transition. So
Mhm.
I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Being a mom, full-time artist and everything.
Mhm.
First things first, I want to give a shout out to Miguel because he's a great
Yeah.
partner. I think that really helped a lot because whenever I have long hours here, he will pick the baby up and then, he'll be at home with him, taking care of him and everything. And that's super helpful because he works out, there where we live and then I work here.
Mhm.
And
he's a tattoo artist
and
too.
he's a tattoo artist
Yeah.
too. Yes, so go see him, Yuba City. And the nice thing about working here too, and just being an artist in general, you can make your own hours. If you're like, you know what, I really want to spend these days with my kid, so I'm just gonna take some time off and spend it with my kid. And so yeah, only working about like 4 days a week at least. 3
How
days
long
or
did you
so.
take off after you had the baby?
I didn't even take that long off.
Really?
When you kind of think about it, let's see. I think I had him about 2.5 months in when I guest spotted here. He was about 2.5 months, 3 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I started to fully come back full time, I was about 4 months. He was 4 months old, which seems like a lot, but it's not. They're so little and they absorb so much at that point. So
And you just want to be there to like hold them, but you're like, but mommy has to work.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't really draw until he goes to bed.
Yeah.
So then I'm up until like hella late, just laying in bed drawing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then so it's risking. Or it's like, are you gonna get sleep? Are you gonna draw? You kind of have to like lose something. So end up losing some.
I was
sleep.
like tattooing while pregnant too.
Oh gosh, that it wasn't that bad until like the last 2 months.
She's like looking at me like, I don't want to
I'm
scare
sorry.
her.
Yeah, I'm like,
sorry.
oh no, it's great. It's lovely. No, the last 2 months of my pregnancy was pretty rough. I only did small tattoos. I had like a couple sessions where it was an all day thing, and I was just so dead and like miserable. My back was hurting. And then like you carry all that weight in the front, so you're like already hunched over. So imagine like an extra like.
That's
20
how I
pounds or
felt
whatever.
yesterday. I felt so much pressure like on my like front, like
You get those little strap things. Don't they have those like things that hold your belly up?
Yeah, like a belly band, and it like, kind of helps keep everything.
Yeah, so your back's not like killing you.
yeah.
How have you been with that?
With
Or you just
tattooing
been
pregnant. It's honestly been fine. Like I've been feeling good. Just like the extra pressure, you know, like I could feel her all day now. So it's like I feel her like moving and like turning around and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just like, Yeah, and I feel her kicking all day. So it's like, I know I have like a whole human growing inside me. Mm-hmm. So it's just being like extra aware of like, you know, eating, taking breaks, staying hydrated, because back then I used to never do that. Like I wouldn't drink water for fucking 6 hours and be like, oh, fuck it. But now I'm like water bottle every hour, like, you know?
Yeah.
Just like being extra aware. Like if she's like, if I'm tired, she's obviously tired, you know, like she's been working all day growing. So it's like,
that's why you gotta do those half days now. You can't do those long, like,
that's like how last night I didn't end till like 10:30, 11, and I was just like, it's rough, dude. Like I know she doesn't fuck with this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's like I could feel her energy, you know. And like she's tired, I'm tired. Like we're ready to eat and go to bed. Like because it's like I'm carrying my buddy with me all day. So it's like
we need a daycare here.
A little daycare.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's just like extra pressure, I guess. Like you had to just take care of yourself.
Do all the things that you wouldn't do before.
Yeah.
I would make sure I ate breakfast in the morning because I never would do that. I'm a little better now.
My favorite meal of the day. That's insane.
I would never eat breakfast now. Like this morning, even on the way here, like I had a bagel and apples in the car because I was like, I have to feed her. You know? It's not even about myself.
Yeah. It's about getting that energy in you.
Yeah. You got someone else to think of and stuff.
Yeah. She needs her nutrients.
It's so nice though because your whole world changes, but in a good way. It gives you that extra motivation. Like, I'm not just doing this for me. Like, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, like, what was your emotions towards that? Like, when you were pregnant, like, did you feel a big change as in, like, oh my God, my whole life is, like, different?
It didn't hit me until he actually arrived because, you know, like, with it being your first, you've never had a child. So you're, it doesn't quite hit you until he's here. But you're kind of excited to meet them, especially towards the end of it. And then it does give you that, like, motivation, like, and, like, oh, you just can't wait to meet them and hold them in your arms. And then when you're here, you're like, dang, like I made you, like I'm gonna do this shit for you. And like, it's a surreal feeling for sure.
Because I feel like before I got pregnant, I didn't really realize how life-changing of an experience it is. Like I would think of girls getting pregnant, I'm just like, oh, like they chose that, like, you know, they go through emotions, whatever. Like
I thought the same.
Yeah, like in a way, like I never like said like, oh, pregnant girls are dramatic, but I would just think like, you know, like, oh,
now I'm that way.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, that's hella dramatic, you know. But now I'm like, damn, like it's not dramatic. Like everybody has a different pregnancy. Everybody faces different emotions. Like,
yeah, dude, I'm scared of you. Yeah, I accidentally spilled her pumpkin spice coffee out of the fridge one day, and I was like, don't tell her, you guys, don't tell her. Like I was mopping it up. I was like, no, because she really wanted that drink, and so I was like, then it got ruined for her. I was like, she's gonna be so upset.
Dude, I went to the fridge at my like, cause I crashed so hard at like 3-4 o'clock. So I went back to the fridge to like go drink it, and I was like,
And she comes out there and she's like, someone spilled my drink, and I was like, because it wasn't me.
I seen it like on the fridge, and I was like, what the fuck happened? I was like, I know I didn't throw it away. Like I knew I had
Adrian's
it left.
like, you can blame me. I was like,
so funny.
And then I came back out to them, and I was looking around, and I was like,
She started laughing.
Who's the culprit?
Yeah, she's like, who was it?
But I mean, I feel like I haven't been like an angry.
You haven't.
I haven't been an angry like sassy but, like, pregnant lady.
You'll just be like craving your shit, and you want that shit.
Yeah,
and then I was scared.
Really bad cravings, and
the cravings are real.
Yeah, the biggest thing is I've just been tired. Like I didn't even get sick or anything like that. I just feel so exhausted. Like all I do is sleep all fucking day, every day, and I feel like a bum. But
no, you're growing a baby. It's so much energy out of you.
And that's what I was talking to my therapist about. She was like, you probably feel like you're doing nothing, but you're doing something every second of the day.
Everything.
Like, your body's working, so just relax. Like take this time, because you're never gonna get this time again. You know?
It's a beautiful thing, like creating a human, you know?
Oh, dude, when we saw my cousin give birth, we were crying in there. Like, it's so, it really is, like, it's corny because it's, like, it's what people say, but, like, it's so beautiful. Like, you see literally life come into the world, and it's just, like, and it's someone you love, and it's just, like, whoa, like, this is so amazing. Yeah.
That's what I was kind of telling my man the other day, is I was like, I've never felt this feminine, like, in my whole entire life. Like, I feel so tapped into my feminine side, like,
female energy.
Yeah, and you're growing a baby girl too.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is like what I was like partly made for. You know what I mean? Like,
she's meant to be here.
Yeah, like this is what women do. Like, you know, like all the way back before time. Like, you know, it's crazy. And I'm just like, now I'm experiencing it, and this is going to be like the next generation for my family, you know, like I just feel super blessed.
That's what my mom always said about, because my mom gave birth all naturally. And like, no, you know, I'm going to have an epidural. I'm going to do all that too. But she was just saying like, well, why would I need that when women have been doing this since the beginning of time? Like they've been always doing this. Like, why couldn't I do it? So she's tough. But yeah, she's a tough, like high pain tolerance and shit. But yeah, so it's just like women are made for this. So why couldn't I do it?
Yeah. And it's just crazy that like we don't even do anything and they're just growing. Yeah. You know, and then
you're just eating, living your life.
Yeah. And then like your body naturally just gives birth, and it's so like, crazy. What the fuck? Like,
it knows what to do.
It knows what to do. Like we're just made for it.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like I used to be super like, I guess more in my masculine side, like you know, it was all about work, and you know, it still is about work, but now I'm like, dude, like I have a whole other purpose now.
Well, you're just finding balance too. That's how I've been lately too. Like I'm not hyper focusing on work anymore, and I'm like with the podcast, we were so hyper focused, and like it was making my relationship suffer and everything, and like there's a lot of issues around it because I was just so focused on that I couldn't be bothered with anything else. So like when you find that balance, I've been starting to, and you kind of do feel like, oh, I'm a loser, I'm a piece of shit, but then it starts to feel a little better, like, oh, like this is how it's supposed to be. It's okay to put your partner as a priority, or your baby, or your family. And it's okay to also, like, I don't know, you just
that's what I was worried about too, having a baby. I'm like, fuck, I don't want Miguel to like resent me because like I'm working like long hours and stuff too. But the nice thing is now that like he's tattooing too, he's like, oh yeah, like I get the long hours and stuff. I'm like, yeah. So it kind of like works.
And you've kept your identity too. Like that's what's so important. I think with motherhood is women will completely just give to their family and their husband and their kids, and then when their kids are grown, they who am I? And then they start having a crisis like, what am I? Who am I? What do I have? And so you have to make yourself a priority in front of your kids, in front of your husband, in front of everything.
Because it's like you're a role model to them. And then I get really bad like anxiety and just really like I will overthink, and even like still kind of do that. But it was really bad after giving birth. And that lasted like a full year.
It was postpartum. Yeah.
It was rough. Yeah.
That's why I feel like we only recently just started getting really close with you too, because you've opened up more recently. Yeah. And you weren't working as much too then.
Like when I guest spotted, I felt like it was like, oh yeah, we vibe really well. And then I just like, when I started working here, I like shut down. It was really hard for me to open up. And it kind of already is hard for me to open up to people sometimes. But like on top of like super anxiety, OCD, like overthinking everything, like I was thinking like, fuck, do I belong here? I don't belong here. Like I was really having like a whole identity thing like after giving birth.
And like I didn't realize how emotional that whole postpartum thing it really is, because like now that I'm pregnant, I'm like terrified because I feel like I couldn't even imagine like what you were going through, like having a brand new baby, coming to a brand new shop, like
so much change.
I would have like felt the same exact thing. And like back then, like when you first started, I feel like I didn't even realize at all. Like I was like, oh, she just had a baby, cool. Like
no one thinks about that. It's like a whole
I was just like, oh, she's a little shy. Like
but dude, like now I'm like, what the fuck? Like that is huge. Like so many emotions. Just that's one of the hardest things you could go through in life is like postpartum. So it's just like,
so it's important that you know, therapy, like you stay with that shit and just like, you know, make sure you get those appointments too, as postpartum especially. It's like you have somebody to talk to run things by when you're feeling like frantic or you're feeling whatever. Did you have that support after?
I would talk to Miguel. I mean, I didn't have a therapist, but he was my therapist. No, I would just kind of let things out to him, and then he would kind of help me like talk things through. Where he's like, I'm here if you ever need me. But it was kind of hard for me to like, especially he's great, but like someone who hasn't gone through that. You know, I had a friend, she also gave birth around the same time I did, and I would kind of talk to her about it, and I felt like more comfortable because she kind of knew the feeling too, and we were just kind of like just spill everything, almost like vent just everything on our minds, and it helped a lot.
And you can have all the support from your partner too, and have from your family, but still have those feelings, which is crazy.
I know, because it's all in here, you know, and it's like your hormones too just changing and going back to normal. That's why like they say like don't have another baby until after a year, because it takes a full year to heal, not just like physically but like mentally. It's a lot. But I'm here for you because I've gone through that shit too, and it's supported. Oh because
I feel like even now my emotions, like I just overthink a lot. So I'm like, am I doing enough? Like, you know, is my work good enough? Just like constantly, like, I don't want this to take over my whole entire life. But it's like, I just, you know, need to, like,
you can be successful and have kids too.
Yeah, 100%.
I did when I was younger too, and even just like a year ago too. Like I didn't think that. I thought it was like one or the other. Either like you sacrifice it all for work, or you sacrifice it for your family, or whatever. And then now I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I've grown a lot in the last year of mindset too, like that. And then even with you getting pregnant, I'm like, oh yeah, like she's doing it still. She's like, whatever. But yeah, it's like kind of get my own head out of my ass. Like stop thinking everything's so black and white too. Yeah. Just like it has to be like this, has to be like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking last night too. After I worked like a fucking 14-hour day, I was like, I just did that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and you're like chill. I mean, you're tired, but like you fucking did it. And you woke up this morning early to get ready and come here. Like,
and you look gorgeous.
Yeah.
But how you were saying about having like Miguel there for you, I feel like that's huge. Like having a good partner, because I'd be thinking about like the single moms and like girls who do it all on their own. And I'm like, dude, that shit is like a whole nother level. Like that is like I knew single moms were strong, but now I'm like, you're super strong. Yeah. Because like personally, like my man has been there for me in ways he never has before. And I'm just like, if I didn't have that support, if somebody's so close to me, like being like that close, like my best friend, it's like, how do girls go through pregnancy alone? Because I like could not do it.
Or like getting cheated on or getting disrespected. Abused, like it's just
like, how could you hurt a woman in like
vulnerable time in their life?
Such a vulnerable time. Yeah. So it's just, I feel like you really do need that support. I mean, if you don't, people get through it, you know, but it's like, it's just so much harder because you don't have that, you know, like emotional support there.
And then just the support from your parents too. Like you've had your parent or in his side of the family be good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know like my family has been super supportive. His family has too. Like, I know when some girls get pregnant, like their families are like, oh no. Like,
oh
yeah.
Your family was like from the jump, like
like we got this. Like we're a village, you know. And at the end of the day, like it's my responsibility. She's my responsibility, you know. But it's like it does take a village to raise a child.
It does.
So.
If you want the mother to be mentally stable. No, it's hard. It's hard for sure. Doing it on your own, but I mean, you guys have great support. You're gonna be a great mom.
Yeah,
you know that. Crystal loves a baby.
Yeah. Now I'm glad that like you also have somebody else who's gonna understand you more, because it's like, damn, like none of us had kids when you started, you know, and I didn't realize like how hard that must have been.
Me and Jess have like a pregnancy pact.
Y'all gonna have babies at the same exact time.
I know. Yeah. Even if I'm in a different state or whatever, like
you're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, it's fine. I know, but.
And then like you guys are looking at each other.
Jess is just like done right
like,
now.
You're crazy.
No, I'm just. And I feel like you guys are gonna be so close to my kid too that it's gonna be like, all right, is this like what I want?
Dude, I've been feeling baby fever like insanely lately. I pull up my Explorer page on Instagram. It's all newborn babies, and I'm like.
Yeah, even mine's not. Like, I'm like, damn, am I shitty mom?
It's just I've been thinking about it so much lately, and it's not that I like want them right now, but I'm like, maybe all the energy because my cousin's pregnant, you're pregnant, and like it's just all the baby energy around me. I'm like, oh my god,
they're
so cute. They're not annoying to me anymore.
And then I feel like when you get past like that fear stage, because at first I was super scared, like oh my god, just fear all the time. It becomes excitement and like just like joy and like happiness, and you're like, oh my god, like
and your natural instincts really do kick in because after you have the baby, it's like you're like what the fuck do I do now? But you just kind of naturally know, like, oh eat, sleep, shit, repeat.
And it's just so exciting, like all the clothes and you know. So I feel like that's probably like, what you see and you're like, oh, I mean, can't be that bad.
The baby just like stretching.
They're little like newborn like stretches. I'm like, bro.
So cute.
Yeah. And then even just like, getting a nursery together and stuff is so fun.
Like, you guys like nesting? Are you nesting?
I'm nesting already. Yeah.
The nesting stage is the best.
Yeah. It's like I'm organizing everything, getting everything ready, but I still don't have like all my stuff for my baby shower, so it's like I can't fully like dive into it. So I'm just waiting for that, and then I'm gonna be like full like nesting mode,
Yeah. You did too,
exciting.
like
right
before.
And I wish I still had that nesting mode because my house is a mess. But I was like always keeping everything clean and organized, and just it was
You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
I feel like my house is like the cleanest it's been like since I moved in.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Because everything is just like organized. Like, because I've been like fucking on crack. Like,
Yeah. No, I remember I had a friend from high school, and like what I remember is when she gave birth, and I went over there like a couple days later, and they're just her and her dude were just laying in bed staring at the baby. Like that's all they did is just like stare at the baby. Like, oh my god, we did this. What the fuck? But yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of that too. Like after, probably you'll just want to be in your own bubble. And, yeah, but some people aren't like that. I had another friend that had like 50 people at the hospital, and we showed up like, and that's just how their family is. It was nothing. Everybody's holding a baby, but pre-COVID.
Like the opposite.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. A part of me is like wants to be super inviting because I have a huge family and he has a huge family, and I don't want to be the person that's like, nobody could be around my baby, you know? But then the other part of me is like, well, what's best for her? Yeah. You know, because it's like, it is going to be, what is it? RSV season. Yeah. And I'm just like, that's a huge thing. Like, I don't want anything happening to her. So it's like, I might be a little weird for like the first like month, you know, or like 2 weeks or something, you know? But I do want her to meet everybody, you know, like, of course, like grandparents, I want you guys to meet her. Like, I don't want to be like, nobody can meet my baby.
Yeah, like, but just like let you have a couple days alone. Yeah. You know,
especially like when I first give birth, like, I don't want everybody in there like the next 10 minutes, you know, like, give me like an hour or two. You know
like nobody
I mean?
should
just you and your little family.
Yeah. And then I don't really want anybody in the room with me. I want it to just be me and Eddie, and that's it. Like, the more I think about having my mom and, you know, other people and grandparents, I'm just like, it seems so overwhelming that I'm just like, I just need to be in my zone. And like, me and Eddie are just like so in tune right now.
Because that's like, who you've been like really close with the whole pregnancy too.
So I'm just like, I don't even, you know, like maybe Gabby, but that would be it, you know?
That's the perfect amount though.
Yeah,
it's crazy how some women will have like so many people there, and I'm like, I don't want that many people looking down there, you know?
I wouldn't mind all my sisters and my mom. And like
those are like your immediate, you know?
Yeah. Just because, I think I'd want that feminine energy around me too. Yeah. And they wouldn't stress me out. But
see, my mom,
like talking like I'm already pregnant.
My mom stresses me out.
Oh yeah,
like I love my mom, but it's like in situations like that, like I remember I got my tonsils removed and I woke up from surgery and I looked at her and she was just like, oh my god, and then I was like, oh my god, and then she passed out and then I passed out.
That makes sense.
Because you thought something was terrible, like something crazy happened.
And I just think it's because I'm her baby, so it's like you know, it's that relationship, so I don't want that extra stress, like something bad is happening, you know, like I keep burping too.
It's bad. Yeah, no, I get that for sure. You want it to be peaceful, like serene, experience
as possible. Yeah.
Have you come up with a name yet?
No, dude, and I gave up. So if y'all have any ideas, leave it in the comments. Because I've literally probably I went through 3 baby book names. Or baby name books. And there were 5,000 in each book.
Oh my goodness.
You're just like, no.
Oh my god.
I just think I'm being overly picky, and it's like to the point of where I'm just like, I literally just gave up. So
we have hella time left too.
Yeah, but like at the same time I don't. Like I mean,
some people don't decide until the moment that they're born.
Yeah.
Once you see the baby, you're like, oh, you definitely look like a, and then it'll come
or even like
Andrew.
Yeah. Or some people like have waited like a couple days to like finalize.
But I think now they don't let you do that if they like are letting you go home like after a day. You have to have a name before you leave the hospital now.
Okay.
Like you can't go home and like
that's so much paperwork anyways. I'd rather just get it done at the hospital. Like you gotta just you'll know.
And then it's also things like I want to name her after my brother in some way, but it's just like it's not working, you know. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just giving that up.
Like, maybe a middle name somehow, like we'll get in there.
Like I really like the middle name Noelle, but nobody likes it. So
I think it's cute.
I like it.
What about? Have you heard of the name Noelia?
That's pretty.
I like that. Noelia is really pretty. I have a cousin. Her name's Noelia.
Yeah, that's
such
pretty.
a pretty
name.
name.
Well, I think I might steal that.
Yeah,
I like
all
that.
yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, middle name definitely something with an N.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, nothing's sticking. So.
Yeah. Did we have other questions? You said there were some good ones.
Yeah, we can just get into More Instagram questions.
I got like one.
I don't
fuck with
post
me.
questions.
And we'll just go for like
They
another.
said, "Is Crystal single?"
Oh gosh,
No. She loves her man.
We'll just go for like another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There is a wildly inappropriate question.
What does it say?
scared.
Someone said, "Do you like your toes sucked?" No, I can't.
Again.
I can't even finish it. Never
We're
mind.
not going down that route.
Not today. Okay, wait. I screenshotted some. How do you feel about unsanitary artists, especially if they're established? Do you tell them?
Boo.
Yeah.
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 At the shop, we do.
At the shop, if I see someone do something a little questionable, I'll like pull them aside and mention it. But like, I wouldn't tell them like in front of their client ever or something like that.
So then the client's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, no. No, you never really had like a big issue with that here. But it's hard, like if you're an older artist and you have bad habits, they're harder to break. So I don't know. It's just like, just got to be on top of it.
Yeah.
Like, be aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of common sense. Like being sanitary is,
like don't,
or it should be at least, but
don't have blood on your hands and touch other shit. Like that's common sense. The least.
Like we're changing gloves so often, so
like
frequent.
running through gloves.
Yeah.
And if you're going to a shop and you're questioning if they're sanitary, like, oh, that's kind of like that's a red flag.
Yeah.
That's a red flag
Yeah.
for sure.
Like you should never see your artist like setting up and you're like, like was that right? You know,
Yeah.
like,
And if you're asking yourself that, then it's wrong. What kind of art besides tattooing do you guys prefer? Like, what do you like to do other than tattooing?
It's been a while, but I used to paint like all the time, like acrylic painting.
I just got into it too.
Did you?
Well, I mean, I used to do it too, and I forgot about it.
Fun.
And now I've been doing it again. It's so fun. Yeah, such a cool outlet. Did you ever paint?
I never really got into painting. I was like, I always drew just like with pencil, but I really like drawing with like ballpoint pens now, like on canvases. And I have like a few things that I started, but I just haven't finished it. So I'm just like,
I used to do watercolor a lot during my apprenticeship. That was fun. Like ink and watercolor.
I hated watercolor. I don't know why.
I don't know why. It's fun. It's hard, but it's fun.
I've been watching videos on it, and I'm like, I want to try it.
No, but we need to start having like paint nights, and then we can just like all do little different things.
I've been in like a weird like creative space lately where I'm like, I want to do everything. Like I want to make clothes. I want to paint. I want to like do whatever. Like I don't know, just drawing more, doing script, like just messing around with everything.
Oh, and we even on the way home from the convention, we were just like talking the whole drive home. But we were thinking like it would be fun to do like a 75 hard challenge, but tattoo related. So if we did like a 75 flash challenge.
Oh my god.
And so like every day you do like a little flash design, something small, maybe like it takes 15 minutes or 30 minutes to draw or something, and then like some other stuff.
Yeah, for like 75 days. We wanted to challenge everybody too.
Yeah.
And like use the hashtag 75flash so we can see your work, tag us so we can repost it and stuff too. So we're gonna try to, I think starting in October.
Yeah, maybe when this episode is up.
Yeah.
So we'll post on our Instagram with like more specific challenges and like things like that. But I think that'd be so fun.
Yeah.
And just for like to learn too, like you haven't done flash stuff like that in a long time.
Yeah.
I want to learn too and like just play around and have fun with it.
I love doodling on my iPad. I have like random little drawings and doodles in there.
So I think that'd be fun.
If you guys could like get into one thing like art related, what would it be?
Painting. Like, yeah, I think so.
Like if you could just like be really good at it.
Yeah.
Like if I could just be really good at anything, then what would I choose?
Yeah.
Like, maybe like oil painting specifically too, because that shit seems really hard.
Yeah.
But it looks crazy.
I would do ceramics.
Ooh,
I've always wanted
to
take a ceramics class and then just create your own thing.
Yeah.
And then you can paint on it. I don't know. It always seems so fun to me.
What about you?
I feel like I've always wanted to get into graffiti.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get into airbrushing and then pinstriping too.
Yeah.
Ooh, pinstriping would be a fun one.
Yeah. My grandma was a pinstriper her whole life.
Oh, that's so
And
tight.
I'm like, I didn't even know that shit, but I want to do that.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
But it looks hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Steady hand. Like.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one. Say you have your own brand. Is it okay to promote yourself as that brand and sell that brand rather than the shops?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're your own brand. You're not just that shop's artist. Like, you're your own.
You have your own
business.
identity.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to, I mean, and like, you need to build your clientele unless your shop is providing it. But usually it's like, you got to put in some of your own stuff. And you shouldn't feel bad for promoting yourself. And
I feel like you and Shine are always talking about, like, you guys building your brand, who you are, and, like, finding yourself. And I love that. Because I know there are some people, you know, other shop owners that aren't cool like that. Like, well, you're representing my shop only. That's so weird. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, it's never made sense to us.
Yeah.
Like, when they don't even promote them, too, like, a lot of times. Or charge you to, like, for an Instagram post or whatever. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, we've heard of shops charging their artists to post their work on Instagram.
That's
it's just so weird.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
wild.
That is weird.
And I feel like looking on like the outside in, like everybody at the shop might seem like, oh, peaks. But it's like, we're just passionate about the shop.
Yeah.
We just like, you know, we're all a family, and I feel like super grateful to be at this shop. So it's like, I'm gonna rep it as much as I can. And then like still and try and have my own brand, you know, but nobody's ever been like, oh, you can't have your own brand. Like if anything, like Shine and Jessa are like, do your own shit. Like we want you guys to create your own brand.
Yeah, like when I start tattooing, I want to have my own little aftercare bags to give everybody, even though we have them here, whatever. But like, I want my own little branded stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just cool. It's fun to me too, like to like take care of your clients in that way. You guys all have experienced that, and I haven't yet. So like, I want to make little flyers. I want to make business cards of myself, and so.
Yeah, and then the clients like that personal touch too.
Oh yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Telekinesis. I would love to lift stuff just with my mind.
Yeah.
Imagine you're like sitting on the couch watching TV and you're like, oh, the remote's over there. Let me just, and then you just bring it towards you.
That would be cool.
I feel like just being able to like disappear, like disappear, and then like I could like go somewhere else and just like reappear.
Invisibility.
Yeah, invisibility.
Like teleportation too.
Yeah.
I would say, like see the future. Or like, is that one?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Or like,
would you want to?
Or read minds?
I know that's a tough one.
Yeah, then you could win everything. Like you'd be so rich.
Yeah. What if you see like
if you could see the future?
Dead.
Yeah.
But what if?
Or just live forever.
Oh man,
is that a superpower?
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
No, I want to be here for a long, long time, and I don't ever want to die.
Would you guys want to know like how you're gonna die?
Yeah.
You don't want to die?
1,000%. No, I don't want to die.
Really?
Well, I'm an amazing, beautiful, talented.
Why would the world want to lose this? But like,
imagine living forever, but all your friends die.
Yeah,
you're like, I'll
visit your grave.
I don't know. Personally,
Charlie's all dancing on my grave.
I just want to let go one day. Like, I don't know. I feel like one day I'll be like, all right, I'm ready for the next realm. You know?
Yeah. But would you want to know how you're going out?
No.
If you could,
because I would avoid the situation.
That is the only thing. Yeah. You'd want to avoid, and you get anxious that time of year if you knew when you're going to die, but I want to know.
Mom, I'm already super anxious. I'm like, you're going to die in a car crash. I'm never getting in a car again.
There was a whole point in my life, also anxiety, just like every time I got in the car, I was like, I'm going to die today when I'm driving. Like, and every day I would get in, I'd be like so anxious, just like, today's the day, bye.
I've been like that ever since I got pregnant.
Really, it's scary.
Oh my gosh, you start thinking about, especially with your child in you, you're like, so on edge.
And then even after, probably you're really nervous driving with your baby in the car.
Oh yeah. If it's like a long distance, like I won't really drive with him like to Sacramento, like further into Sacramento. Yeah. You know, I'm like, Miguel, you're driving. Yeah. Thanks.
And it's your fault if something happens.
That's true. Gosh.
Dark.
Morbid.
Sorry.
Okay. Next one is, what was your first big purchase or splurge?
My car.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess like moving into my first house and like, you know, buying everything that went into it was like my big first like
you got everything you wanted.
Yeah. Like, and then I got like my whole glam room set up, like, you know, set up my vanity, got like couches, like shit like that. I was
your dream setup.
Yeah, I bought a fucking $4,000 bed. I was like, damn, you know. That was a big splurge for me.
Yeah.
I think mine was my car. And this was when I was just working at, I think, Taco Bell at the time. But I was so proud. I was like, I just got a, like new car or whatever. It's just a Nissan Sentra, but
it's an accomplishment.
Yeah. And then when I paid it off, that was an even better thing. And then my credit score went down, so don't do that shit.
It's a scam.
It's a scam. Don't pay your shit off early.
What about you guys?
Mine was like, I guess this is more like dumb material thing, but like my first Louis bag, because like I was getting, I don't know, new, I think I went up in rate here, and then I was just like excited and saved some money up, and I was like, I'm gonna buy a bag.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
I haven't got to splurge yet. I don't make money like that, like regular money. So I will let you guys know, keep you updated when I start tattooing. One day.
Shit. Have you ever had a client with bad BO? How did you tell them? And did you make it 2 sessions?
You don't. That's funny as fuck. We've had them in the shop. I remember at Shine Tattoo Studio, a really small one, and this guy was getting tattooed. Who's super like he's like organic type of guy, like vegan kind of guy, and he was getting his inner arm or his like inner bicep tattooed. So his armpit was out, and the whole shop smelled horribly, horribly. But we don't say shit.
Yeah, and honestly, I
don't want to
feel
make people feel weird.
If I'm like in the zone, I don't even notice. Probably because like your senses get used to it and everything. But if I do, I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, what am I gonna say?
It's a normal thing. Just like, hey, put deodorant on. Like, it's weird.
And I get sweaty too, so I'm like, that's probably me, to be honest.
Yeah. Just put a mask on.
Yeah. Shove some toilet paper up your
I
nose.
feel like the only time that I got kind of grossed out is like when my client was sweating so much that I could like every time I wiped, because I was tattooing his inner bicep, I could like feel the sweat like all over my hands.
It was hella hot in here though, huh?
It wasn't
here?
at this shop.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was just like, that was the only time, and I feel like I'm so used to it now that I'm just like not even bothering me.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of it is like we're just like these are just we're all people.
Everybody
we all smell.
You work with people's bodies, so it's like you get used to little things. It's like it is what it is, unless you're fucking farting the whole time. Like,
I mean,
like don't do that.
Like your Uber driver.
Take some Gas X. Like
I know like sometimes the guys be like making little jokes and stuff about like girls and shit, but I'm like, dude, no, it's like you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I'll just do this last one. Yeah, last one. Tips on quitting a job to tattoo full time.
Quit. Just quit.
Fuck you, I'm out of here. Bye.
Yeah.
I would say, just to be on the safe side, leave on a good hand. Maybe, well, depending what job you're at. If you're just working at a fast food restaurant, it's fine. You could just leave. But somewhere where you're like, kind of hesitant because you're at a good spot in your job, but you really want to tattoo, just, put in your 2 weeks, leave on a good note, just in case, like, you try pursuing tattooing for some reason.
On the side.
Yeah, and for some reason, if at that moment it doesn't work out, then you can go back to your job. But that doesn't mean you can't try again in the future. Sometimes it's, like, just not your time yet, but your time will come.
And you could just ease into it. You don't have to go like, I want to tattoo and then quit your job immediately. Work on it on the weekends. Like, work on your skills in your free time and, save up money or like buy your machine first before you quit and like do all those things.
That's what I did. Like, my apprenticeship, luckily, was pretty lenient about, I would go there during the day and I would just do closing shifts at Michael's. Yeah. And then it wasn't until like I got the ball rolling, like, okay, I'm making some money. Yeah. And then I quit about maybe 4 months into my apprenticeship. And then I haven't worked a regular job since then.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not super sure that it's going to be something that you really want to do, like, I guess don't full dive into it. But if it's like, you want to do it, like, you have the opportunity to, like, not make money for a little bit, just quit that job and fucking end it. Because I don't know, you'll make money faster, like
Yeah,
I mean,
as long as it's a good opportunity to tattoo, then go all in. Go all in.
But if you like have like you haven't posted about it, nobody even knows you're doing it or nothing, like
set it up
first.
Yes,
because I've done that in the past with like baking. I quit my job prematurely and just tried to bake, and I didn't even have the money to do it, so it costs. You got to get all the materials first and like do all the shit. So I don't know. It's just like set yourself up first. It's
and tattoo equipment is not cheap. No. It's so expensive.
No, I was sick when I bought my machine. I was like, this thing better last forever.
That was your first big splurge.
Actually, my first big splurge was like $1,500 on a machine.
Yeah.
Shit hurt. I was hurting.
Tax write-off though.
Yeah, tax write-off and as an investment into your career. So it was a good one.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
But yeah.
I remember when my machine broke and then I was using like Jess's old machine and then like I had to pay rent and then like a bunch of stuff and then I had to buy my machine. I was like, bitch.
Like everything always happens at one time.
Yeah. But I got it on sale. It was like $300 off. So I got mine for $1,200.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And I told everybody at the shop, I was like, go buy it. And everybody was like, no.
Yeah. No, I'm like already wanting a different machine just because for no reason at all. But just to have.
It's fun to try different ones out.
Yeah, I want like a FK iron.
FK,
yeah.
It's
I've been wanting one and they're
brand.
cheaper, so I'm like, but pointless. I have a perfectly good one right now. And I don't even tattoo yet.
Haven't even broken it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was it for questions.
Yeah.
So it was a good episode. We should. I feel like we didn't ask you enough questions.
No, I know.
Like we just were talking.
Yeah, we need to have Crystal on again.
Yeah,
I'm down.
More.
Yeah, definitely
more in depth about like her punishment.
I know. Yeah, I wanted to talk about all that, but
life.
we're running out of time today. We all got things to do for the rest of the day, so we're not able to really get into it. But we'll definitely have you back on. Thanks for coming and being on.
Thanks for having me.
And it was cool just recapping the convention.
So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, but don't forget to follow us all on Instagram. You'll find everything in the description. Follow Pussy Tat, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Leave us an emoji. What emoji should they leave in the comments?
Yeah.
I've lately been loving the little heart emoji. Like that's been
the
my
hands.
the
hands.
one with the hands. It's just like that's my favorite one.
So leave the hand heart emojis in the comments if you finished the episode or if you got to this point. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Do you guys have anything to add?
Do you want to add like your Instagram at?
Oh, it's crystalmercedes.tattoo. Follow me on Instagram or not, but if you don't, I'll be sad, so please follow me.
And her TikTok my TikTok popping too. Yeah.
It's been a while since I posted on there, but I post on like my anime stuff on there.
And don't forget to, we did this I think a couple episodes ago, but like put your win in the comments, like a little win you had this week, like something random, you went back to the gym or you did something for the first time, tried a new food, whatever your win is, put it in the comments. Let us know how your week went. We want to hear about it, and we want to, if you have anything else,
just say hey.
Yeah, really. Yeah, but thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate the support, and thank you to everyone who's buying merch and everything. That's all.
Bye.
Bye.